For years, China's been tearing down unauthorized Catholic churches, an example of increasing state controls on religious practice. Beijing requires churches to pledge loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. Despite that, there are still many Catholics who maintain allegiance to the Pope.
Underground communities in China have existed for a long time.
Now, a new report by Human Rights Watch says Beijing's crackdown on underground Catholic communities has gotten worse since 2018. That's when the Vatican signed an agreement allowing the Chinese government to nominate bishops, leaving underground churches unable to continue under bishops who were approved by the Vatican, and putting pressure on members of those communities to join the state-sanctioned church.
Many of the bishops have been subjected to persecution. They've been arbitrarily arrested, imprisoned. Some of them still remain missing.
But a researcher who studies the Vatican's connections with the Chinese-speaking world says that the situation inside China isn't so clear-cut.
I think now it's quite tricky, like I mentioned before, because China, on the one hand, they put more restriction by law on Catholic Church, but on the other hand, they also encourage their priesthood, their nuns to study abroad, or their believers to study abroad to gain better theological teaching.
For members of underground Catholic churches, moving to Taiwan may seem like an attractive option. Taipei has official ties with the Vatican, and it's also home to the only Mandarin-speaking theological faculty run directly by the Holy See. But the mere fact of being a Chinese citizen is always going to bring extra scrutiny from the government here.
Because of our national security concern, frankly speaking, I think we are not that welcome to everybody that have to be in exile, not only for Catholics, like for Tibetan Buddhists. So that's the reason why it seems like that Taiwan, although Taiwan is a religious freedom country, but we are not like a heaven for those religious believers who got suffered from authoritarian regime.
An estimated 300,000 Catholics call Taiwan home, and whether the country can truly open its doors to those in exile still remains in question. Instead, Taiwan may not be the final safe haven for Chinese believers, but instead a bridge connecting them to the Holy See and a wider international Catholic network. Alex Chen, Irene Lin, and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.